Yeah. What is the question?
No. Yesterday we discussed and we created a non-persistent VDI. So in which scenario we need to go with non-persistent machine, and then what is the benefits for the Citrix administrator? So what is your point of view about a non-persistent VDI? I need to understand whether you really have idea about non-persistent VDA or not. I need to understand your understanding. Okay, let me create first
We can
delivery group.
able to do the patching. We can able to do the machine catalog update.
Yes, yes, and then
That is the advantage.
hmm
There is any new update, for example, any new application installing means we can do that in this snapshot via we can update the machine catalog. We can it's moved to all the machines.
yeah, correct. That's what say covered. So both are same answer only. For the image management perspective, for the Citrix administrator, it's very easy. They don't want to do it each and every machine when you have the
Manually.
non-persistent type from the Citrix, like a Citrix provisioning technology in the sense MCS or PVS. Okay. So image management is very easy. Okay, so we'll discuss persistent VDI now. Before that, we'll create a delivery group for that non-persistent VDI which we created yesterday. Okay, so just go to delivery group. So and then create delivery group. So right now the availability of machines count is 3 from MCS static non-persistent type. Okay, so in non-persistent machine catalog we have two type. One is random, another one is static. So is there is any confusion in non-persistent VDI? What is static? What is random?
Okay.
Sorry.
No, bro, we fine with that static and random.
Okay. Anyone else still don't have clear understanding about why in non-persistent machine catalog we have two assignment type like a static and then random assignment? Is anyone have doubt on that part? Why we need to have static? Why we need to have random in non-persistent machine catalog? No, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to publish the desktop from this delivery group. So just select the desktop, and then you can mention any specific user group to connect to the machine, or else you can give allow any authenticated user, because since it's a test environment, I am going with the default option. So and then this section we need to keep the desktop icon. So this icon name will be visible in the end user page. So Win10 non-persistent VDI.
Desktop or VDI.
Okay, so allow everyone this default.
So the video OS only we are publishing to the user, right?
Correct. Just click finish. So again, we need to discuss one more thing. So right now you can see this is non-persistent machines, right? But it's a static assignment. So you can see here. So this is non-persistent, but a static machine assignment means right now there is no assignment. Okay, so you can manually also you can add the user here. So directly you can put username, so that when the user is trying to launch a VDA from Citrix storefront, he will get the assigned machine. Suppose if you did not assign any user to any VDA, means by default Citrix itself will assign VDA, but that VDA will be permanently assigned to the particular user. That is an added advantage. If you create like a persistent VDA type, you need to assign the VDA to each and every user. Okay. When you create a pooled type in the sense non-persistent, in under non-persistent, we can have static and then random. So static, without giving any user assignment, by automatically user will get the icon. If user launch any icon, so automatically Citrix itself, based on that availability, one machine will be assigned. So going forward, the same machine will be connected by the user, because you created 100 NP VDI, but it should be a static assignment. Again, you need to collect 100 user ID. You need to add it manually, right? Each and every machines. So that kind of work you no need to do if we have a non-persistent with static. But if we have persistent with static, you need to assign the VDI individually. Hello?
Yes, yes,
Getting confused or doubt? Otherwise, I can diagram. I can make your own diagram and then I can explain.
No,
that's
no.
better.
Understood? Huh?
Yes,
Check.
sir.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Okay then. So now just refresh. I can see the icon. So I can see now Windows 10 NPVD icon, right? For me, this account name is Siva. Okay. So I did not assign any VDI to Siva, but the Siva user can see the icon because it will allow all the authenticated user, but there is no VDI assignment. Since it's a non-persistent static, so I no need to assign VDI manually, but I can get one VDI based on that availability from the machine catalog. If it is persistent machine catalog type, then I need to assign the VDI manually. So now I can get any one of the machine based on that availability. Going forward, whenever I am accessing the Windows 10 NP VDI, I will get the same VDI. This is clear? But in persistent VDI, you need to assign manually. Now I got the VDI access. In Studio, I did not assign any VDI to Siva user from this delivery group. So automatically Citrix assign the VDI. But going forward, when I'm connecting on daily basis, I will get the VDI like this third VDI only. So I will not get other VDI. This is random type with the static assignment, like a non-persistent with static assignment. Clear?
Yeah,
Okay, now we'll create non-persistent with the random. So user will get every time different machine. So now you can see one machine. So now I will power off these two machine. So I'm going to create non-persistent with the random type. So in which scenario we need to go with the random type? We discussed right yesterday. Now we have non-persistent with the static, but now I am going to create non-persistent with random assignment. So in which scenario we need to go with random?
random is based on that. No, like machines available. So,
Can you
Similar configuration.
no, that is correct. So both are will use the same configuration only. But in which scenario? So you are creating the machine catalog. The management people is asking you, anyway, we are going to create a non-persistent VDI, but which one is suitable method? Whether we can go with the static assignment or random assignment. So which one you will prefer? So can you give
random.
some example? Why? So if you are choosing
Because
random,
random means any user can access based on the machine's availability.
okay.
The user can access any machine. There is need Progul need to not only access this machine only.
Mm,
If based on the availability, I can access any machines
okay.
for
Okay.
random. For
Okay.
static, it's not like that. If static is Progul provide this machine only, I can access this machine only.
Okay, so okay, that
So
is correct. Your understanding is correct. But can you give me some other example so that I can understand you have clear idea about this machine catalog type which we can choose for our infrastructure. So any other person understand that is correct. Assignment wise, what you said, that is correct. But still, I need some more clarification on this. Why we need to go particularly in some example.
This is Madhukar. Some set of users required same application inside VDA. The time we will assign random desktops
No, that
because
is correct. No, no.
multiple users will connect.
Correct, correct. When you go with the non-persistent, the same application will be available in each and every all the desktop. So for example, if you create 10 machine, the same 10 machine also will have the similar kind of application. That is correct, but I'm expecting in which scenario we need to go with random and then static in
If
non-persistent.
100 people there, no, if
Okay.
30 people only in the shift,
Okay.
so extra that 70 machines not used, right? So
Correct.
that's a scenario.
Yeah, so see, building the infra, it's not like that. You need to consider in the all the aspect. Like if you have enough resource in the hypervisor, you can go with 100 machine. But if you have storage crunch or else compute crunch, you need to go with the minimum machine count. In this case, you need to go with random. Why? Because if you have 100 people in the company, but each shift only 30 people will log in. But anyway, you create a non-persistent VDA. If you choose static machine type, then you need to create 100 machine. But each shift only 30 people will connect. Then what is the use of going with non-persistent with the static? Better you can create 40 machines. So 30 people will log in each shift, but 10 machine you can keep in buffer. So 40. So you can decrease 60%, 60 count, right? 60 VDA. So based on that
Yeah,
availability, who are connecting to the shift, they can get the VDA from the machine catalog based on that availability. So based on that requirement, our requirement, when the people will connect, based on this input, we need to decide which is the suitable method. Anyway, you are going to create a non-persistent, but under non-persistent, which method, which type, the allocation type, static or random. I think everyone have clear understanding under non-persistent, why we need to go with static, why need to go with random. Clear, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So now you can see, let me go to machine catalog. So we have one non-persistent machine catalog, that is assignment, static assignment. You can call it as a static or permanent assignment. Now,
Okay.
so whenever user connecting tomorrow, use Siva user will get the same machines. But now I am going to create non-persistent with a random.
Now can you create new machine catalog?
Yes. So, Sheikh and then Madhu, already I have created the master image. I think Sheikh joined, right? So yesterday we created master image, right? So the same master image I am going to use right now because we no need to spend additional time to create a different master image for machine catalog.
But we can go with single master image for static.
See,
We can do, no?
testing we can use, but in real time you should not use like
Real
that.
time, okay. Real time based on that applications, based
Correct.
on the working environment only, I'm right? Okay.
Correct. vsphere dot local administrator, correct only. So this is a master image I am going to use to create MCS non-persistent random type machine catalog. So already we have one snapshot. So I'm going to use the same snapshot which we used yesterday to create non-persistent with static machine catalog. So I'm going to use the same snapshot. So is there any doubt on this, Sheikh, why we need to use same machine, sorry, snapshot? That is your wish. Only Citrix need the snapshot while creating the machine catalog. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Let me go to studio. So again, I will start from the beginning. So ours is single session, MCS. So now here you can see, right? So we are going to create random. So random means by default you will not get option.
This option, yes.
Okay, save the data on local hard disk or discard option. By default itself, it will be a discarded option if you are choosing the non-persistent VDA. Okay,
Mhm.
clear?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, okay. Now
Yes.
we need to select the master image. I will teach you what is prepared image. Already I uploaded some video also. You just go through once. Also, I will teach you after completing the MCS non-persistent static machine catalog creation. I will go with the prepared image machine catalog type also. Why we need to use this one later. So now you can see, right, we are using the same master image snapshot to create one more MCS machine catalog, right? The similar kind of approach we can follow here. By using the single snapshot, we can create a multiple prepared image that we will do later. After completing the MCS mission catalog provisioning, we will go with the prepared image. So I'm selecting the master image snapshot now. Just select the snapshot here. So you know, right, why we need to select this option?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the-
So and then I'm going to create only two machines with the 10 GB RAM. Okay, I'm not going to use any additional drive for to store the user cache like temporary data. So click next. So this in this section you need to specify under which OU for the two machine account need to be created. I don't have any separate OU, but in real time you need to have separate OU so that if there is any need of creating the policy like MSGPA policy, you can apply the policy to the specific OU. But since it's a test environment, I did not created any test OU also. I'm going with the default OU. So now here we need to keep the naming convention. So what I will do for the identification Windows 10 non-persistent random VDI. Okay, so anyone have doubt why we need to keep two hash here? So you can give any name here based on your infrastructure requirement. Suppose if you want to keep a 3 series, for example, you need to create 100 machine, then you need to keep a 3 hash. Suppose if you want to create only 99 machine, you can keep 2 hash. So this hash is consider the numbers. So if you think that you need to create like 9,000, 10,000 machine, then you can keep 4 hash. Clear? If you want number, if you want A to Z series, you can choose this option. So it will start after your VDI name, it will start AB like that. So better always most of the people will go with the numbers here. If you want to start from any specific number, for example, now you can see 01, also it will start with a 01. Suppose if you want to start from 10, you can keep 10 so that the first machine will create with 10, the second machine will create with 11. So you can go with 0. Okay, click next. Okay, 2 digit, right? Okay, 1. Okay, always it will start with 1 only. Then we can go with the default, so it will start with 0. So this one, because in most of the environment, people will not have access to create a computer account in the AD. For that, we may use a service account, or else some people will have privileges in the AD to create the computer account. So now here we are using our service account to create the computer account AD. So till now, if anyone has doubt in the machine catalog creation, just ask me. I will go back and then I will explain again. No, right? Everyone. Okay. Then I am going with next option. So just review the summary one. So you may make any mistake while creating the machine catalog. So better review the summary ones before submitting the machine catalog creation. So just check. So what is the type of this machine? So single session OS. Suppose for example you selected single session, but if you added the Windows Server snapshot here, then that machine will not come to register. So that's why I'm asking you to verify the summary ones before submitting the machine catalog creation. Because if something goes wrong, like you selected single session but you selected server operating system snapshot wrongly, then again, because as part of this machine catalog creation, it will create a AD object, it will create the VM in vCenter, then again you need to delete the entry from all the places. Again, you need to give the justification to the other team. Maybe You need to check with AD team to create the AD object. You need to check with the vCenter team to create the delete the VM. So in this case, you need to follow with them, and then you need to give the justification why you want to delete this VM, why you want to delete this object from the AD. So this is unnecessary. So better you just review the summary once before submitting the mission catalog creation. Okay.
Yeah.
So Windows 10 MCS random non-persistent VDA. Just keep the relevant name for the mission catalog so that it will be easy to understand in future. So why we created the mission catalog, what is the type of this mission catalog, like that. Maybe in some infra based on their standard naming convention or else standard naming, they will keep the mission catalog name. So it will take some time to create the mission catalog. We'll keep process hide. Also, what you can do, you can go to studio also, you can see the complete steps here also you can see. So as part of this process, what it will do. Suppose in interview also they will ask, so how many steps you will be carried out while creating the MCS based mission catalog. So you can tell these steps. Okay. So now just go to the vCenter. Yesterday I told you, right? So at when you are creating the machine catalog, MCS based machine catalog, so first what it will do, you mentioned the snapshot, right? So what Citrix will do, it will copy the snapshot. Okay, you can see, right? Zen desktop temp. So it will copy the snapshot as a temp. Okay, template, and then it will convert the template into the base disk. So yesterday I showed you, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing, MCS will take the copy of this snapshot in temporary basis. So once the copy is done, it will convert as a base disk. That base disk will be put it in the data store. So for example, this cluster is having multiple data store. For now, we have only one data center, the data store. If we have multiple data store like 1, 2, 3, in all the data store, the same folder will be copied. Files, just go to data store and then go to file section. Here you can see, right? Okay, this is yesterday we created static, today we created random. So you can see, right? So it's already that cloning is done. So you can see it's created and then it's deleted. So by using this snapshot temporary snapshot, it's created as a base disk. You can see, right, everyone? So now by using this base disk, Citrix will prepare the create the preparation VM. Okay, you can see, right? So Citrix will create the preparation VM. Once the preparation VM is created, and then it will be deleted automatically. After that, based on your input, for example, if you requested to create two machine, so it will create the two machine. So first what it will do, so when you submit the MCS machine catalog creation, so Citrix automatically will take the copy of your snapshot which you mentioned at the time of mission catalog creation. By copying that snapshot, it will create the base disk in the hypervisor data store. So this is the data store, clear? So and then by using this base disk, Citrix will prepare the preparation VM. So in the preparation VM only, like all the application details, configuration details, everything will be created. So once the preparation VM is ready, so it will start the actual VM creation. Actual VM creation in the sense like you mentioned two name, the two VDA with the AD object, something like that. So by having those information as a reference, it will create two machines. Once it's created in the backend, automatically that preparation VM will be deleted. So as part of these steps, preparation VM will create and delete automatically by Citrix. Also that XT template cloning process will triggered by Citrix automatically. It will create, it will delete. So finally, you will see two VMs and then base disk in the data store. For example, in your cluster. So everyone knows, right, what is cluster. for this cluster, right now we have only one data store. If we have n number of data store, for example 10 data store, in 10 data store you can see this folder. You can see this folder. For now we have only one data, so that's why it's kept in only one place. Suppose if we have multiple, the same folder will be available on all the data store. So till now, any doubt, I can explain you again. So what is MCS in the MCS process? So what kind of activity will happen in the backend? See, I will tell you one more thing. If someone wrongly deleted this one also, your VM will not boot up. Because whenever non-persistent VDI is getting rebooted, it will look for the reference. If you that's why the folder itself created with the mission catalog name. You can see, right, we have two mission catalog, Windows 10 MCS static non-persistent MC till now. So this is also, that's why this folder is created based on that mission catalog name. So any doubt? If you say yes or no, then only I can able to move the next.
Yeah, yeah, understood.
Yes.
Okay. Can anyone tell me now? So I submitted the mission catalog creation. So what kind of activity will happen in the backend? As part of this process, what is the first step?
Copying that video.
Okay, and then
Talking about the MCS,
Wait, then.
yeah, go ahead, Ramesh.
Okay, you can tell Rahul.
Okay, tell. Once you know created the mission catalog based on that mission requirement, it will just copy that MCS. After that is copy that MCS, and it will create that one data store. Based on the data store,
now data store
um,
base disk.
it is
Under the data
um,
store, cluster data store, Citrix will create the base disk.
sorry, base disk. Yes. So based on that MCS copy file, it will create the base disk. Based on the basics, it will preparation that missions that how many missions we need to be
No,
based on
first
that.
it will create a preparation VM. In the preparation VM only, it will consider how many machine we are going to create. So preparation VM will make the arrangement to create the number of machine which you mentioned in the machine catalog.
Catalog.
Yeah, in the backend it will create. So once it's given the instruction to the hypervisor to create two machine, by automatically the preparation VM also will get deleted automatically. After that, the two VM which you requested, it will be created. In
Yeah.
interview, they will ask. Some people will ask, mostly you will not get it, but if you are in L3 or else any technical architect position, if you are giving interview, obviously you might get this kind of question, because architect, you need to decide why we need to choose this type of machine catalog, why you want to create machine. So because if something is goes wrong, if you are unable to create the machine catalog, you need to check. Suppose if you don't have enough space in your hypervisor, like for example, now you have 1 minute. Just consider you have only storage. Now go to storage, right? So under summary, you can see. So what is the size of this data store? Is a 1.8 TB. So right now it's used 395 GB. Okay. If you create like 100 machine, 1000 machine, then you don't have enough space, right? So that time it will get failed. Suppose if you don't have enough RAM in the host, that time also it will get failed. So also for the troubleshooting purpose, you need to understand the backend process. So how the process will happen once you submit the machine catalog creation. You may get some error, you may not get, but if you get error, you need to know how to troubleshoot based on, if you don't know the backend process, you can't troubleshoot. That's why I'm keep telling you, if you have any doubt, just ask that same time itself. Without any doubt, we no need to move further. That's why I'm asking. Okay, that is clear, right? Now, what are the tasks will happen when you create the machine catalog in the backend? Okay, so now we created two machines based on the random, the non-persistent random type. You can see it's a registered. So the local hard disk change will not happen. So it's a discarded. Once the VM is rebooted, it will be discarded. So I'm going to create a machine catalog, the delivery group. So we have two machine in the non-persistent machine catalog. So I'm going to add that two as well. So we are going to publish desktop. So just keep Win10 NR VDA, non-persistent VDA. So now we created non-persistent with a static assignment and then random assignment. So you can see here, right? So in this delivery group, you can see static machine assignment. In this delivery group, you don't see any assignment. Why? What is the reason? In Studio itself, you can see the difference. So both are non-persistent machine delivery group. Here you can see static machine assignment. Here you don't have any assignment type. It means it's a random.
Yeah, because basically while we'll get the random, the option will be invisible. But actually, we don't want that local save that is file.
No, no,
That is the option for the
no. Here
random.
also, local hard disk change will not happen. But the thing is, both
Hmm.
are non-persistent. But this is static assignment. This is like a random
The
assignment.
random.
That's why you are
Got
not
it.
getting. Suppose if you go to this machine catalog, you will see that things.
I think Citrix was assigned a desktop to the user.
Correct. So also in the machine catalog, you can see the allocation type is random, the allocation type is permanent. Okay,
Permanent.
but both are discarded. So in this case, for this two machine catalog, we need to have profile management, or profile management is not required.
It's need.
Okay, because if user save something on their machine, so after the reboot or log off, it won't be available. In this case, definitely you need to choose any one of the profile management solution. So generally, most of the people will use UPM and then FS Logics and then Ivanti. So as per my knowledge, most of the company they will use any one of this profile management solution. Nowadays, people are using OneDrive also. OneDrive as a profile management solution. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So now we can create one UPM policy will assign to this non-persistent delivery group. So clear, right? Till now, there is no doubt, right?
Sir, sir, while creating MCS,
Hmm.
two disks will create, no, sir. That is differential disk and
Identity disk.
yes, yes. Where it will create, sir?
No, it's a backend. So in if you have Zen Center, you will see the all the disk, but in VMware it's difficult to identify. Let me check once again. For example, this is your VDA, right? So just go to this section under the file. In Zen server, it will be clearly showed, but let me check here. So this is a depth disk, like a delta disk. Okay, delta we used to call a dip disk. Okay, you can see, right, identity disk.
Yes, sir.
So in the delta disk, the clone of base disk. So which we have here, this one. It's a clone of this one. So whenever your machine is getting rebooted, so this disk, what it will do, this will get the information from this disk again. So that's why your changes will not be saved in your VDA. Everyone is clear? So luckily this guy asked this question. So initially anyway, before creating the machine catalog, we discussed about this one, right? In the identity disk, so this machine particular unique information like AD object details will be stored under identity disk. The delta disk is the dip disk. So dip disk in the sense, so already this disk is having the information what is available in the base disk. Okay. the same information will be available here. So whenever this machine is going for the reboot, again it will look for the reference from the base disk. That's why your data locally, whatever user stored, it's not going to save permanently. It will be discarded once user log off or reboot. So clear, right? You can
Base
see the
disk.
two disk, right?
Hello.
Yes, right.
Base disk and the delta,
Yes.
both are same or what?
No, no, this is different. It's a individual. It's a individual disk. For VM individual disk. So this is a VM. So each
Okay.
VM will have, when you are creating the non-persistent VDI, each VDI will have identity disk and then delta disk, that is called a dip disk.
Okay. 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 So the folder which is created with the machine catalog. So under.
Okay. Yes, sorry, I was in mute. Ashek, you are asking something, right? Just you can continue now.
Yeah, I was saying uh, the folder which was created with the name of a machine catalog. Under that there is a file which is called as a base file, right?
Correct. This is a base disk. You can see, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So so under the machine, we have a two files. One is a delta file and another one is a.
Identity disk. So you can call it delta disk or else a dip disk, differential disk, and then
Okay,
identity
okay,
disk. So this one is having two names, delta disk and then differential disk.
okay. So every machine will have the two disks.
Correct, correct. Identity disk and dip disk. That is delta disk. So whenever this machine is going for the reboot, again this disk will get the copy from this base disk. That's why I told this base disk is very important. If you delete it, this machine will not get boot up. Because every time when this machine is going for the reboot, it need to go to the previous state, right?
Yes, sir.
You're getting my point or not?
So the base disk is only used for preparing of VMs, right? So
No,
that's
no,
why this
no,
requires.
no, no, no. See, it will use for the preparing the VM in the initial stage. After the
Yeah,
machine creation, whenever this machine is going for the reboot, it will get the reference from this disk only.
yeah, I understand what I'm saying.
Hmm.
So the VMs are taking the reference of that
Correct,
base file because of those VMs were created with
correct.
reference to this base VM only.
Correct, exactly, exactly. That's why you should not delete this one. For example, if I see, if I am going to update the machine catalog, right? So it will create one more folder with the same name. So that time it will use the second folder. That time you can delete this folder. That will see. So
Okay,
if you update the machine catalog, right? Again, this file will be updated.
okay.
Okay, under that it will be updated. You can see the date also modification date. That we'll see later. Okay. So till now, any doubt?
So whenever we are doing the updation, so another folder will be created with the machine catalog name.
I exactly don't remember whether file will get updated or folder, because let's see whether folder is getting created newly or else only file is getting updated. Now you can see the date, right? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a today date, yesterday date. Yesterday only we created this one. Today we created this one,
Might
29.
be the base file will be updated.
Because I never noticed exactly, but in static machine catalog. So in my previous project, we used to create every month new catalog. So that
Okay.
time it will create new folder. but anyway, already this folder MCS folder and then MCS catalog is available, right? I think it won't create, but anyway, tomorrow we'll come to know. Once you update the machine catalog, you will come to know whether it's creating additional folder or else the file itself it's getting updated with the latest date. That we'll see. So now coming to this one. So anyway, now you created random. So in between what we will do to see the difference, I will create static machine catalog. While creating the static machine catalog, we'll create the UPM profile because we can utilize this time. So you know, right, in which scenario we need to go with static machine catalog? In which scenario you need to go with static MCS machine catalog, a persistent VDA?
If there is that under user in the same time their login means we need that in under the machines.
I'm
So
asking
based on that,
why we need to go with static persistent VDA.
Or
oh,
use a
persistent.
dedicated machine.
Sorry. It's a single user can single machine for that.
Correct,
What
correct,
did it-
correct.
Sorry, I was understanding. Sorry, bro.
Okay, no problem. For example, you have 5 department, okay? So HR, BPO, finance, and then IT, but each department application requirement is different. Okay, so in this case, for example, if we have IT infra itself, IT team itself, if we have 1,000 people or 100 people, you can choose non-persistent VDI. But you have only 2 people, 3 people, each team means in this case you have 2 people, but in this case it's a good option to go with a non-persistent VDI. You have in IT team you have only 2 or 3 people. Just consider in IT team you have 3 people. So it's good to go with standard or a static permanent machine catalog or else non-persistent VDI. Which one is best method? In IT team you have only 3 people, finance team you have 2 people, BPO you have 5 people, HR you have 2 people. For this case, which one is the best machine catalog type? Anyone give some example? Why you choose, for example, if you are going to create a persistent with a static machine catalog, so obviously persistent means it's a static only. So why we need to choose static, why we need to use standard? Based on this example, you just consider IT, you have 3 people. In finance you have 2 people. BPO you have 5 people. In HR you have like a 4 people. So for this head count total 5, 10, 14 users are there. You need to create VDI. So here whether I can go with the non-persistent VDI for each team separately, or else it's good to go with persistent VDI for everyone, which is
Persistent VDA. The
okay,
persistent VDA.
okay, correct. But what is the justification
See,
you can provide?
because the for the HR there is a four person is there, so we can don't want to be don't want to create that multiple machine because we can create the 4 machine allocate each one based on that users available. In for BPO there is a 5, so there is the users available less, so we don't pick non-persistent use for multiple huge machines or huge user available. We can go with the non-persistent, but based on the users available,
No,
we can
again, you
go
are
with the
getting
static.
confused. I will tell you clearly. But anyway, since I told you, right, anyway, a BPO 5 user will the same application. Why we don't
Mm.
want to go with non-persistent? Anyway, 5 user will use similar kind of applications, right? Why we we did not go with non-persistent? Anyone? Because anyway, 5 user going to use same applications, right, in VDA. Why we can't go with non-persistent? Okay. See, in real time, you need to consider, I told you, in all the aspect. So if you go with the MCS, again, you need to maintain the machine catalog from your end. You need to keep the master image for each and every images, correct? For five people, if you want to create non-persistent VDI, you need to maintain for each and every machine catalog separately the master image, correct? Is an additional maintenance activity for the Citrix. So that's why if you are going with a non-persistent VDI also, based on the count, they will check whether if we go with the standalone, what kind of work we need to do. If we go with the machine catalog or MCS non-persistent, what kind of activity we need to do. They will consider each and every aspect, then only they will choose right machine catalog for their infrastructure. But any of these five people is going to use same type of application, right? So we can create one master image, we can create five machines, right? So again, you need to consider the count will increase going forward. Like after 1 month, maybe 10 more people will join. So after 6 months, you can expect 50 more people to join the BPO team. So if the user count may increase in the future, that time you can decide. In the same time, you can't design each and every month. At the time of infra build, you need to consider in all the aspect. Clear? Just I'm giving some example how the architect team and design team will think before doing the infra setup, because like that we used to do. You should not think the current situation. You need to think about the future plan also. Future plan in the sense you no need to consider for like 10 years or 15 years or 5 years, at least for 2 years, because you can't procure the hardware or else license every month, because getting the approval from the top level management and all is very difficult. So at least you need to have some forecast mindset. So this information you need to consider when you are proposing something with the customer, when you are planning the infra design. You need to keep in mind why we need to go with this option of a machine catalog. Like that, you need to consider all the aspect. Also, without getting approval for the customer, you are not going to create any machine catalog. But just keep in mind, it will help you going forward. Maybe in some years, you may join any architect team or implementation team. So that time, this kind of knowledge will help you to make a decision from your end. Maybe you will be part of any suggestion team. You may need to provide suggestion to your architect team, or else your manager may ask you, hey, what kind of mission catalog we can propose for this kind of users. So that time you should have this kind of knowledge so that you can give some suggestion from your end. If you simply sit, I don't know anything, I used to manage only machine catalog allocation, deallocation, publishing application, it's not good for you, correct? Okay, anyway, now what is the disadvantage here when you create the standalone or else MCS persistent VTI? The image management you can't do from your end. Either you need to go with image management in the sense like patching. Maybe this user is having 4 application now. Maybe tomorrow he can have some other additional application. So that time you need to do it manually, or else any deployment tool like SSCM or Intune, or else any other third-party deployment tools also available in the market. If you use that deployment tool, you can push it from there. But majority of people will use nowadays Intune, because most of the VMs are hybrid joined machines. So hybrid joined machines can be managed from Intune. So only if you are not using Azure AD joined machine, then if it is only on-prem domain joined, you can push the application from SSCM. So you know, right? So why we need to use SSCM and Intune? What is your idea about SSCM and Intune? So these two tools we can use to patch the servers and then Windows 10 servers, Windows 10 VM, Windows 11 and laptop desktop from SCCM or Intune. Patching any application deployment, new application installation. So now we are going to create, already we have one master image, the same master image, again the same master image I am going to use to create static, persistent, dedicated. You can call it any one of the name. But when you create this type of machine catalog, you can't update the machine catalog from your end, but you can add the additional machine. For example, you created one machine catalog, you added 4 machine for now. In future, tomorrow, if someone is joining, if you want to provision some more VDA, you can provision the machine from this machine catalog, but you can't update. Clear? Hello?
Yes, yes.
So existing machine, once the machine is created, the existing machine you can't update from Citrix, but new machines, for example, tomorrow you need to create with the latest patches mean, you can go to the snapshot master image, you can update again, you need to take one more snapshot, you need to update the only, you can update only machine catalog, not machine. But when you after updating the machine catalog, if you are creating the new machine, that machine will have the latest changes, that we will test it, that I will show you. So up to this clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir, this is for static mission.
Correct, correct. So I'm going to create now, create machine catalog. I'm going to create static. So single session. So MCS. So select static with local artist changes. See, here only you need to consider if you select the first option, then only you will get the option to update the machine catalog from Citrix. Okay. If you choose this option, you can update the machine catalog because it's a static machine, but a user data will not be saved in the local VM itself, so that you can get the option to update it. Clear? If you go with static with local hard disk changes, you can't create. Already we created, right? Already we created, right, with the static assignment.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going with the local hard disk changes. So click next. So select the master image. For this three machine catalog, I am using the same master image, but in production, you should not use same master image, different. So click next, uncheck. So change that functional level, and then I'm going with the two machines with the 10 GB RAM. So here it will ask you two options, right? Use fast to clone for more efficient storage. Use and faster machine creation. Use full copy, better data recovery and support with the potential reduce IO operation after the machine created. So what it will do, some cache file will not be created if you go with this first option, but most of the time people will go with the second option only. So it will have the similar kind of like a storage level information in the from the master VM. But this is for testing, hence I am going with the first option so that the machine creation process will be completed compared with the second option. It's much faster. So now I'm going to select the OU where I need to create the this VM AD object. So I'm going with the default. Just keep the name. This is persistent VDA. Just mention or else dedicated VDA DED. So naming convention already we discussed. So enter the credential. This also we discussed. We need to give the service account, which account is having the privilege to create the machine account in the AD. Again, you can review the summary one. So what kind of machines you are going to create here. So it will show everything. And then MCS, static, persistent, MCS. Okay, let it create. So now anyway we have some more time, let it create. So what we can do now, we have two non-persistent type machine catalog, right? So for that we are going to use profile management, UPM. So already we created, but again I'm telling I'm creating the UPM policy for this two delivery group. So Citrix UPM you can configure in two way. One is MS GPO by importing the Citrix ADMX file into domain controller in policy definition folder. That anyone aware? By default in Windows Server, the Windows related policy file only will be available. But any other third party like Citrix VMware, other technology, if you want to create policy from Citrix, then all the vendor they will provide the ADMX file. You need to import the ADMX file into domain controller. After that, you will get the option to create policy from Microsoft GPO that we are not going to discuss now. Just I am giving some information. You can configure the UPM in the two way. One is through MS GPO and then the second one from the Citrix Studio. So we are going to create policy from Citrix Studio for UPM. Okay, so I'm going to create the UPM policy with the basic setting. I don't want to explain right now with the advanced setting. You may get confused or else you may get you are unable to understand. So first time better go with the basic setting so that you will have clear understanding about UPM. So first, as part of this UPM creation, what you need to do, you need to create first one share folder to store the user profile. So anyone have doubt why we need to use profile management solution, Sheikh or Madhu? Because already I discussed with these three guys. So if you don't mind, can you explain why we need to use Citrix, sorry, profile management for non-persistent VDA?
This UPM profile is remote.
Sorry,
Sorry,
why we need to use profile management solution, not only for Citrix, any other like FS Logic, Intune, why we need to use?
it's a roaming profile. See, all whenever a user logging to VDI,
Mhm.
all his data is saved in the UPM profile.
Okay.
Experiment.
Okay, so anyway, user don't have option to store the data locally. So user may get connection from different machine. So user should not lose the data. That's why we are keeping centralized storage location, sorry, profile location. So to copy the data from user session to the central profile folder, we need to use any tool, any one of the tool that is called Citrix UPM tool or else FS Logic or else Ivanti. You can use any one of the tool. Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just I created one share folder, but I don't know in depth about the profile folder permission. So I just share this entire folder to everyone since it's a testing, but in real time, we need to give the proper file permission for the share folder. So just I shared now to everyone. So just copy this path. So just go to studio. So machine catalog is getting created. Let it create. So just go to policy. So already I created one Citrix UPM. This is I assigned to server desktop. Now we are going to create new UPM policy to Citrix non-persistent VDA. So just create policy. So you can see multiple policy details. So filter out, just select this profile management. So under profile management, you can see advanced setting, basic setting, some other settings. So right now I'm going with basic setting. So under basic setting, first option what you need to do, first you need to enable the profile management. Okay, just select and then enable. The second option, so active write back. This is very important. What is active write back means? Like for example, you connected to one Citrix session. So once you log into the Citrix session, from your profile to your session will have the communication. If you put some file on your desktop, so based on the time, it will sync the data immediately with your profile location. But when you don't enable, at the time of log off only, your data will be moved to your profile. This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Madhu, are you
Yes.
clear? Sheikh or others?
Yeah, it is clear.
Okay. So now I am going to select the third option to store the user data. We created one share folder, right? So we need to mention. So this path only user data will be stored. So uncheck this one. Just keep the path details and then slash. So here they given some format, right? If you want to see the under this folder, if you want to see the username in the profile folder, you just you just add this section like as Sama account name. Suppose if you use a profile, it will create in different way. So better use always this format so that you will get the exact username. Like if Siva is connected to any machine, the profile folder name will create Siva like that username itself. So just add the FQTN of the server. So I created one share folder like Citrix-VDI-UPM under this server. Okay, this is our name. This is folder name. Under this folder, user profile will create with the name of the user. Okay, now click save. So I created only this UPM policy with three setting. This is a profile path store where we need to store the user profile, and then profile management is enabled. Yes. So active write back means so user data will be copied. It will have the active sync with the end user session from Citrix session to the profile path. So this is a default setting for now. So to understand, to have better idea what is UPM, based on the requirement you can go with some other settings also is there. Lot of settings are available, but I don't want make a confusion right now. First you need to understand how the Citrix UPM is working. So just that's why I'm going with the default option like a basic setting. So click next. So you need to choose whether right now you can see almost we have three delivery group, right? So I'm going to assign this policy to delivery group. So how many delivery group we have right now? MCS server DJ, non-persistent VDI DJ, and non-persistent random. So already you need to decide this policy is created for which delivery group. We have two non-persistent VDI delivery group. I am going to assign only to this two delivery group only. So first select one delivery group and then click plus and then add the second. So I don't want to add the policy to other delivery group. So I need only that policy need to apply only non-persistent VDI. That also you need to decide in the designing whether you are going to create only one UPM policy to entire your Citrix environment or each delivery group you are going to create. That you need to decide in the plan itself. So for now we create one UPM that assigned to the non-persistent machine catalog. Click save. So you can see this policy assigned to delivery group level. Under the delivery group, only these two delivery group will get the these things policy. So click next, and then you need to enable this policy. Keep VDI any relevant policy name VDI UPM. Okay, just finish. You can see the setting also. What are the settings you added under this policy? Active write back, profile management, and then profile path. So click finish. So till now clear?
Yes, Seven.
Okay.
Yes.
So just to update the policy to the DB, just restart the broker service one. Otherwise, we need to wait some more time to get the policy updated in the DB. Now we have one more controller also. Just start from there also. So now our persistent VDA also created machine catalog. Okay, just power on. This is newly created static machines, right?
Mm.
Just go with the non-persistent random. Okay, now I'm going to access one non-persistent VDI and then we'll see whether I can get the user folder here or not. Right now, I don't see any user folder, right?
Yes.
Okay, now go to this section.
Sorry, this UPM profile required for only for the random missions, not for
Correct,
this. Okay.
servers. And then if you are using the server operating system delivery group, you need to use UPM or else FS Logics or else Ivanti. See,
Required. Yes.
persistent VDI also you can use UPM or else any other profile management solution. If your end user data is very critical, then you need to go with, even though if we have persistent VDI, better to have separate profile management solution. Why? Because if the VDI is got corrupted, if you have option to store only user data in VDI itself, then you can't recover the data. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's and that comes under in the designing part. Whether user data is very critical, then people will use profile management solution for persistent VDI also. So you can see right now Siva folder has created under Citrix VDI UPM. You can see right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we created a non-persistent VDI and then we created UPM policy. Also user profile has been created under the profile share. So did you know how to reset the profile?
Yeah, we are master in that.
Okay, okay, okay.
Do the same thing daily basis.
Great. Okay. Sheikh, have you anyone did the profile reset from director?
Yes, yes, I
Okay,
did that.
okay, okay. So till now clear, right?
Yes, we have an option right in the directory.
Correct, correct. That's what I want to know whether anyone did or not. Okay, fine. So we have some more time. So better I can show you one more thing. So till now all clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tomorrow we will see how to update the machine catalog. We are going to check whether we'll be able to update the machine catalog. Right now you can see that we created three type of machine catalog. Uh, by using MCS, we created three types. One is non-persistent static, non-persistent random, and then static. Correct? So permanent with the local hard disk changes, permanent with the discard, random with discard. Clear? We have three type of Windows 10 machine catalog. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, but if you want to do the image management from Citrix, only you can update the these two machine catalog only, which is having discard option. So this machine catalog you can't update. Why? Because it's a local hard disk change. The only thing, if you are adding the machine, right, when you are adding the new machine, if that machine need to have up to date, then what you can do right now, you can see the one snapshot, right? So under template properties, you can see one Windows MCS machine catalog type, right? This is a snapshot. Suppose going forward, the new VM should be up to date. Means what you can do, you can go to this master image, you can update the master, you can change the master image here, right click, you can change the master, the snapshot. After changing this master image, if you create any VM like add machine, that VM will have latest changes, but already exist in VMs. This two VM will not have the latest change. This is not available earlier version, but recent version only Citrix introduced by default in the permanent with local artist changes. You don't have this option earlier. Recently they added. The only thing, existing machine, already two machines are available. Those machines you can't update in local artist changes type. You are getting or not? Otherwise, just ask me. I
Yes.
will explain. See, you have three type of Windows 10 machine catalog. From Citrix, the existing machine you can update only these two machine catalog. The third machine catalog, the upcoming, maybe tomorrow or today you are going to add a few more machine, means if these new machine should be up to date, means you can update the master, you can change the master image here, and then you can create machine. The new machine will have the latest change, but existing machine, two machines, it won't get updated. This is clear?
If you want to update, no, it go for SCCM or
Correct,
in
correct, correct. But here, if you change the master image, the existing current machine, three VDS also will get updated. The upcoming machine, suppose if you are going to add any other machine, that also will get to up, it will be up to date. But in third machine, the existing machine, you can't update from Citrix. So this is a different.
Yes, got it.
Others? Okay, let me show you one more thing.
Shiva's a little confused over here. Can you just?
Okay, let me tell you again. See, uh, we created MCS based machine catalog, three machine catalog, correct? So one is random with the discard option. So other one is permanent allocation with the discard option. Only which machine catalog is having discard option, those machine catalog only you can able to update from Citrix. Update in the sense existing machine will be up to date based on your snapshot. But the third machine catalog, you can update the machine catalog, but the existing two machine will not get updated by your latest snapshot. Because it's a local hard disk changes, right? When you have local hard disk changes machine, user might have kept something on their machine. If you update, when I told you whenever we are updating, the machine will get the reference from the master images, right? That the base disk. Subrada, hello.
Yes, 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 yes.
So if we have a local hard disk changes, then the master image data will be applied to the VMs, right? Existing VM. Then user will complain to you, right? Hey, I had some data in my local hard disk, now it's not there. That's why by Citrix itself, it's not allowed. That's why you need to decide which is the preferred method for your machine catalog. If we go with the non local hard disk change, then you should not update the existing machine. Existing machine in the sense, right now we have two machine. These two machine you can't update from Citrix. But the other type, this two machine, this three machine, you can update from Citrix. You just check, man. If it is local hard disk change, you can't update from Citrix. That's it. You need to go with the manual update or else SCCM or Intune. Still getting doubt?
No, sir.
Subrada,
No, no, understood. Because yeah, because if it's in a local hard disk, we cannot
correct,
do that. We have to
correct.
go.
Because if you have 100 machine, they have saved something on their local address. If you update from Citrix, what are the applications or configurations available on the master, the same thing will be replicated, right? Then user data will be get vanished, right?
Right, right.
That's why you are not allowed to update the existing machine. But new machine you can do. You can change the master image and then you can create a new machine. That will do tomorrow. We are going to update these three machine catalog tomorrow. That time you will understand how it's working. You will
So,
get more idea on that.
so the new machine when we'll add, we have to go back to the SCCM team, right? We have
No
to do.
need, no need, no need. Because you are changing the master image. When you are adding the machine, it will look for the master image. From the
Mhm.
master image only, it will create the VM. If you already updated the master image, then for the time being, but again upcoming, once it's created, it will not get updated from Citrix. When you
Okay,
are creating that time only, it will take copy from Citrix. Once
right.
it's created, the next update you can't do. Okay, so let me tell you. I told you, right, because we have 10 more minutes, so I thought to show you one more policy here. So in Citrix we have two protocol. So HDX is nothing but like brokering the session to the end user from Citrix to end user, that is called HDX connection. Okay, so for that connection we have two protocol. One is UDP and then one more is TCP. So TCP for TCP connection, compare with UDP, TCP is more secure. Okay, you will not lose any packet, but it will need stable network. Okay, when going with the UDP don't have stable network, but UDP will have some packet drop compare with TCP. This is clear.
Yes.
See, in the HDX connection, you can use two protocol. One is TCP, other one is TCP. So TCP need to have stable network. TCP will not lose any packet, like packet drop will not do, like data will not broke. But in UDP, it's not record stable network connection. Like when you have like a network bandwidth issue, like a worst network, if you have UDP, you will not face more disconnection. But when you enable TCP connection only, if you have like a network issue, then your VDA will keep disconnecting frequently, like you will get a connection interrupt. So when you don't have stable network in your client area or else in your company, that time people will use UDP. When you have stable network, then you can go with TCP by automatically, because if user is having like a network issue, if the VDAs keep getting disconnected, they will get irritated, right? So
Right.
that time you can make a policy when the user is having weaker network, automatically the protocol will change to UDP. When the user is having stable network, good bandwidth, automatically it will go with the TCP. Compare with UDP, most of the people who need a security don't want to lose their data in the transport in the network, they will go with the TCP.
So we can set up with the policy.
Correct. That's what I'm going to do now. So right now you can see UDP. So let me go to Studio. So first policy. So just create policy. So that policy name called, okay, anyway, it's going to, joining or not.
I joined.
Okay, okay, I can see. Let's see others. Yeah, so brother, you are asking something, right? You just ask, we will discuss.
No, just we can set that with the policy, right? And also day before yesterday, I believe you have showed us that TCP
Correct,
while creating configuring the this one that TCP was coming.
correct,
Both the port numbers were same.
correct, correct, exactly. That communication only we are discussing now. So we'll configure now. So two more people need to join. So any is all are joined? Okay, Rahul is fronting. Okay. So to change the HDX connection protocol, you need to select the adaptive HDX adaptive transport. Okay, if it is prepared, okay, you can see the definition here. By default, adaptive transport is set to prepared. Data transport take place over the UDP first. Okay, and then if you have like more network stability, then it will go with the TCP kind of thing. If forcefully, if you don't want to use UDP, since I told you, this guy joined Rahul. Okay, uh, because in some organization they will not prefer UDP, since I told you compare with TCP, UDP is weak. So most of the organization will prefer only TCP. Okay, in banking environment and all they will not go with UDP. Compare with TCP, UDP is weak. Okay, this is clear.
Okay.
So if you said that HTX adaptive transport is a preferred, by default it will go with the UDP only. So we are not going to use UDP anymore. Then you need to use this option to off. So by default, your session will be established via TCP connection. Here itself you can see when set to off, adaptive transport is disabled and then TCP use used. Clear? But here when you set to preferred, either it will connect via UDP or else TCP. That is based on your connection. So it will change automatically. Okay.
So by default, the section will be connected by the TCP only, right?
If you make it off, then your session will be default with the TCP connection. If you set to prefer, either
We
it
have,
can be TCP or
we
UDP.
have not set any policy, this HDX policy, if we have not set. So it will go automatically TCP, right?
Correct. No, by default, that's what, just close this one. By default, now you are selecting to do something. By default, if you are not creating also, by default, some policy will come in Citrix. Okay, that is comes under unfiltered policy, but some policy will be applied default. So
Yeah, default policies.
this
Yeah.
also default, like it will come via UDP only. By default, the preferred means it will open via UDP or TCP. Now you are going to restrict, you are not going to use UDP anymore in your production environment. For that time, you need to configure the policy separately and then you need to make it off so that your
So
session will not go.
prefer in the sense, sorry to interrupt. So prefer in the sense, it will select automatically, depend upon the network.
Correct, correct, correct.
Okay.
So it will work either UDP or
If we
TCP.
want to restrict, so this we have to apply the policy.
Correct. So now the session forcefully will connect via TCP. You can see the difference. So I'm going to apply this policy to only server delivery power on or not, I don't know, let me power on. Okay, only server delivery group. Okay, we'll launch both the session and then we'll see the session state. Okay, so now I am applying this adaptive. So if anyone is launch server desktop from this particular delivery group, their session by default it will go with TCP. We'll see the different. So enable this policy TCP connection. Just I'm keeping. So I applied this policy to only server delivery group, not Windows 10 delivery group. So just check this machine is any one of the machine is power on. Okay, I have one machine's power on set. Okay, fine then. So what I will do now, I will restart this service once. Because why we are getting this option? Just now we restarted the broker service, right? When the broker services is not active, then a user will not get any application icon or desktop icon here. That time you need to check whether the controller service or controller XML broker port number is working fine or not. Okay, now it's up. Okay, I'm launching the server desktop. Because we applied that policy to MCS server desktop delivery group. Okay, and then I'm launching one non-persistent VDI. So in final session also we'll see some policies also. I will show you some other policy also, and then we will do more troubleshooting part, and finally after completing the Citrix fast server and then PVS. Okay, let me go to director. So you can see two sessions. So view details. So you can see it's in TCP, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now go to other session. This is a UDP. So clear now? Shake.
Yes, yes, it is clear.
So this is a way to configure. You can configure your end user connection type or the HDX, whether they need to use UDP or else TCP. If you go to server, you can see it's a TCP because we apply that policy to only this one server delivery group. Okay, fine. Then we'll close it today. So tomorrow I will show you how to update the MCS based machine catalog, static random and then random uh, with the persistent machines. We'll see. Okay, then you just Sheikh, you just share your email address. I will share those videos with you.
Yeah, sure. I will send it now.
Okay. Hey, Madhu, you got all the videos?
Yes, sir. I
Oh,
got that.
okay, then fine. You when you have time, just watch it. If you have any doubt, just ask me. So others also just watch it and then come up with your doubt. So we will discuss and then we'll move on to other topic.
Okay, sir. I have one doubt. Tomorrow we will discuss, sir.
Yeah, tell me. Now I'm going to shut down, right? So we have time. We'll discuss.
Uh,
Tell.
Sir, we have a scenario in an environment previously.
Okay.
See, one